What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Uh, Today, I just want to talk a little bit about burnout and basically how to recognize it. My wife and I, we went to Las Vegas to see Kendrick, and you know, I had been anticipating it. I had never seen him in concert, and I was really hype about it. But the trip wasn't only about going to see Kendrick, but just unplugging from everything at home. You know, sometimes you don't recognize that you're burnt out until you burn out. So hopefully I can, give you guys some tips on how to recognize it and how to recharge. Here are some ways that you can identify or recognize burnout. One thing is, creative fatigue, meaning like your ideas, they're not flowing like they used to or like they usually do. Like you feel, I want to say, mentally constricted. You have a shorter attention span. It's hard to stay focused on things that were normally easy for you to focus on. It's really hard to just stick to one thing. Like you're easily taken out of your element. You might have trouble sleeping, or you have like sleep deprivation, or maybe it's hard for you to go to sleep. It might be hard to stay asleep. I know for me, I keep late hours, especially if I'm working on a project. When I finally do get up from the computer and I try to lay down, this is a bad habit of mine, is I'll try to put on a show, which you should just completely push away from electronics before bed anyways. But I try to put on a show, but bad thing is if I get into the show, then I'm going to stay up and watch it. Bad idea. I got to figure something else out. Probably just turn off the TV. Just turn it off. And Kendrick did say, turn the TV off. The last thing is imposter syndrome. I've definitely dealt with it. That's definitely something that I've heard my peers talk about. I've asked myself sometimes, like, what am I doing? There've been a few times that I've wanted to quit, but honestly, I don't know what me without a camera in my presence looks like, and I don't want to know. We creators, we always say, oh yeah, I'm good, but you don't find out that you're not until you just can't go anymore. You just can't take anymore. So one thing that I would say to do is just back away from work. Just physically remove yourself from your work environment. You don't necessarily have to take a trip. You could just get out of your zip code. You can go to your local farmer's market or your museum, go see a movie. Anything outside of work that can stimulate you, you're already winning if you do that, in my opinion. Lately, I've just been trying to take account of things that I've been doing. I physically went to the movies a couple weeks ago. I went to go see Sinners, and it was great. It felt good to be back in the theater. Visually, the movie was outstanding. Sometimes I've had like mental fog, so that actually helped me, just seeing things like visually, like hearing things. Like it was really awesome to be back in a theater and just take it all in and just immerse myself in that environment. It shouldn't always just be work. You can't do that. You're not going to be your best self you're not going to be the best for you. You're not going to be the best for your client. You're not going to be good to anybody, really. I just want to say, silence breeds clarity. So sometimes, you just have to go off and be to yourself, minus the work. You can be with family and friends, but just leave the work where it is. Protect your creativity like it pays rent, because it does.